There's a shift happening, a shift between the older generation and the younger generation as it relates to retirement planning. For the older generation, the retirement model was a light switch. You worked to a fixed age, you got the gold watch, you walked out on a Friday, and Monday morning you were retired. But the younger generations are seeing their latter years and their golden years in another way. Researchers conducting a large scale study for Fidelity called the 2026 State of Retirement Planning found that 72% of Americans say they expect to retire on their own terms in their own way, that they no longer see retirement as an age written in stone, that they are rewriting the rules. Their retirement isn't a date on the calendar anymore. It's a transition, it's gradual, it's negotiable, and more something to be designed for yourself. But not so fast. 2026 changes the game. There's new tax rules, new contribution limits, and a few traps that poke holes in the well designed plan. Today, we're going to dig into what was learned in the study, and by the end of this video, you'll have a concrete checklist that you can use to help create your own retirement plan. Remember, a dream is nothing more than a dream, but a plan, well, that's where the dream starts to take shape and become reality. If you have a dream to retire on your own terms, that dream needs a plan. And you can build that plan on readyandretire.com where you'll find all the tools to turn your retirement dreams into a real plan. Fidelity set out to learn why individuals are increasingly taking different paths to retirement and how they plan to embrace a new retirement playbook. If the older generations used a light switch to transition to retirement, today it's more of a dimmer switch. Roughly 6 in 10 people now plan a gradual multi stage exit instead of one clean break. About a quarter still have no target age in mind at all, and a small slice, 6%, have decided that they'll never retire. Here's how people actually plan to step back. 34% want to slowly cut their hours, 30% plan to shed responsibilities and ease their way out, 18% plan to slide into freelance or consulting work, and 32% still pick the old route, full speed, right up until the day they stop. Your generation shapes this. About half of baby boomers still plan to go full bore to the finish line, while younger folks want to downshift much earlier. The gap matters. The slow phase out a lot of boomers now wish they'd built, the Gen Xers still has time to actually set it up so that they can. So why is the timeline stretching out? Because the bills you have right now are fighting for the same dollars your retirement needs. The rising cost of living hit every age group, about half of everyone and 56% of Gen X, higher than any other generation. Paying off debt peaked with Gen X too, about 36%. Mortgage, debt, aging parents, grown kids, all tugging at the same financial resources all at once. That's the sandwich generation's whole life in a nutshell. So here's the takeaway if you're close to retiring. A phased exit is mainstream. It's not some backup plan that you'll settle for. 72% say they expect to retire on their own terms. But when you break that 72% apart by group, you'll find that Gen X, the folks standing at the very front of the retirement line, are the least confident of anyone. Just 63% believe that they'll be able to retire as they want. Compare that to 78% of millennials and 75% of Gen Z. The people closest to the finish line feel the least sure that they'll cross it. The gender gap is even wider. 81% of men feel confident that they'll retire when and how they want. For women, just 63%. The roots are structural, not personal. Women do about 2.5 times more unpaid caregiving, and a 5-year break can knock 25% off your retirement savings. So if you step back from work for your kids, your parents, you can't help but be set back. The single most useful thing in the whole study has to do with where your confidence is built. Confidence isn't really about how much you make. It tracks almost perfectly with one thing. This is major. That one thing is whether you actually wrote your plan down. With a written plan, 83% feel highly confident. Without a written plan, just 38%. That security or insecurity follows you into retirement. 81% of retirees with a plan feel financially secure versus 45% without. Here's the blind spot. 74% say they have a plan, yet 31% who know their target age have no idea how much money they'll actually have. The bridge years are where you utilize tools in your toolbox. This is the stretch between leaving your main job and switching on Social Security and or facing required minimum distributions. During this time, your income tends to be low for a little while, and that low income is exactly what makes the best window you'll ever get for smart tax moves. 2026 hands you new tools. The 401k limit climbs to 24,500. The IRA limit goes up to 7,500. Higher ceilings across the board. And if you're 50 or older, the standard 401k catch-up adds another 8,000, bringing your total to 32,500. If you're between 60 and 63, the catch-up jumps to 11,250, roughly 35,750 into your workplace plan in a single year. It's basically a narrow 4-year turbo window built precisely for people who are in their final sprint. Now, one change trips up high earners. Starting in 2026, the Roth catch up mandate hits anyone earning over $150,000 from their employer last year. So you have to make those catch ups Roth after tax instead of pre tax. Then there are Roth conversions. That just means moving money out of tax deferred accounts and paying the tax now while your tax bracket is low. You do it ahead of the required minimum distribution age, now 73, rising to 75 by 2033. So you dodge bigger forced withdrawals later. The study shows that savers are wise about their retirement tax strategy. 38% now prioritize tax advantage accounts. 34% set up to grab the full employer match, and 15% have already done proactive Roth conversions. The super catch up, the higher limits, conversions in a low year, these are powerful tools. The trick is using them in the right order. Let's look at the example of one of our planners at readyandretire.com named Diane. She's a Gen Xer, 58 years old. She's not doing anything fancy, but she has a well thought out plan. At 60, she'll drop down to 30 hours per week, specifically to keep her employer health coverage all the way until Medicare kicks in at 65. She'll use the 60 to 63 super catch up to load up her last full working years while her income can still absorb it. Then she'll run small Roth conversions in a quiet, low income stretch before her required minimum distributions finally hit at 73. Nothing complicated, just using her tools in the right sequence. That's the play, and you can run the exact same one. Now, one thing that can reshape your plan is healthcare. 8 out of 10 Americans expect healthcare to cost a small fortune in retirement. Fidelity's estimate for a single 65-year-old retiring today is roughly $172,000 after tax. For a couple, it's about $345,000. But that number leaves out long-term care completely. So your real exposure runs much higher than that. Roughly 70% of people over 65 will need some kind of long-term care, and a private nursing home room can run $11,000 a month. So let that sink in. 40% of workers are bumping up their baseline contributions, and 27% plan to buy Medigap coverage to help with medical out-of-pocket expenses. 22% of workers are putting money into long-term care insurance, so one medical event can't force them to sell off their portfolio or their home. Hybrid policies are catching on as well. But the sharpest move here is the health savings account. It's the only triple tax advantage account in the entire tax code. It's a no-brainer. Your deductible goes in, grows tax-free, comes out tax-free for medical costs. For a 2026 family, the limit rises to $8,750 plus $1,000 catch-up at age 55. The stealth IRA play is this: max out your account, pay your current medical bills out of pocket, save every receipt, let that balance compound for decades. Before we move on, a quick reminder about Medicare premiums. Medicare has income surcharges called IRMAA, and they've got a long memory. They kick in at about $109,000 of income for singles, $218,000 for couples, with the standard Part B premium climbing to $202.90 in 2026. So a badly timed Roth conversion during the bridge years can spike your premiums down the road, which is why you must size them carefully. Also, keep an eye on your 401ks. The modern career basically guarantees a mess. The average American now works for 6 different employers over their lifetime. Every time you leave, you tend to leave a 401k behind. The study found 23%, nearly 1 in 4 savers, are currently holding money spread across accounts from past jobs, and the national scale is hard to believe. As of 2026, there's an estimated 31.9 million forgotten 401k accounts, roughly $2.2 trillion. That's about $66,000 each just gathering dust. One way to keep track of old 401ks is to keep all your assets accounted for inside your Ready and Retire account. The plan that you build inside your account takes a holistic approach and sees everything, all the moving parts together in one place. We're talking 401ks, your home, your childhood baseball card collection. Don't let these assets get lost in the shuffle of life. If you leave a 401k balance sitting unconsolidated over decades, it can cost you quietly six figures in lost compounding and doubled up fees. 32% of workers have rolled old balances into their current workplace plan, and 21% have pulled everything into a personal IRA. Both are fine, but have real trade offs. An IRA gives you more investment choice. The 401k keeps the creditor protection, loan access, and for high earners, the backdoor Roth eligibility. Secure 2.0 launched the retirement savings lost and found at lostandfound.dol.gov. That account that you lost track of in your 20s might finally be searchable. Hopefully, that tip helps you recover some accounts that are sitting out there with your name on them. A childhood friend of mine had four old 401ks. He rolled three into an IRA for control, kept one for backdoor Roth eligibility, then searched and found a fifth. Happy days. Here's your checklist. Before we land this plane, look at the income data. Retirement now rests on three roughly equal legs: workplace plans at 45%, Social Security at 44%, personal savings at 41%. No single leg carries the whole weight anymore, and that's exactly why your strategy matters. Here's six concrete moves before year end. Number one, create an account on readyandretire.com and build your profile and your retirement plan. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail, like Old Franklin said. Number two, design your phase out on purpose. Reduced hours, kept coverage, whatever it is that you want, talk to your employer about it. Number three, use the 2026 catch ups: 8,000 at 50, 11,250 super catch up between 60 and 63, and plan around the Roth mandate if you earn over $150,000. Number four, run your Roth conversions during the bridge years, carefully sized to stay under those IRMAA surcharge thresholds. Number five, get an HSA if you don't have one and treat it like a stealth IRA, and stress test the whole plan against all the what if scenarios. Number six, consolidate your old accounts and go search for any of the 401k accounts that you've left behind. Retirement has stopped being a date on the calendar. It became a strategy, something you sit down and build on purpose deliberately. The main thing I like you to take away from this video is that confidence follows planning, and planning follows action. 83% with a written plan are confident, 38% without are worried. 4 in 10 Americans still worry they can't afford to retire. But calling your own shots isn't reserved for the wealthy. It belongs to the planners, to the people who wrote it down and planned it out. That's the shift. From an age you passively reach to a strategy you actively choose. You've got the tools, they're sitting right there in front of you. So here's the one thing that I want you to do today. Not someday, someday is not a day of the week. Go start working on your retirement plan. Your future self is looking at you. If this helped, subscribe to this channel and visit our site for the full suite of planning tools. My name is Ross Williams. You're doing great.